And we are, as I said, just getting the first results in some of those crucial 7 races. 2 time zones in Arizona, so some of these more results are in than others. The Republicans targeted by Trump have a red incumbent label next to their name. So you can see this. And again, these are very early in results, so it's unclear how it'll go. In one of the 4 that you're looking at here, that incumbent Trump targeted is ahead, is looking obviously good right now. But you can see very few results have been counted. And in the other 3 right now, it is the Trump-backed candidate trying to defeat those who stood up to Trump on redistricting, who is ahead. Again, very few results are in the Michelle Davis, Greg Walker one. You have about half the results are in, and it's very close. The 4 that you're looking at here, there are 7 total. Right now, you have one of them with very little of the vote in. You do have the incumbent ahead. In 3 of the others, the Trump challenger is ahead. Extremely tight, though, in one of those. And again, there's so few in that it's very hard to know if this is actually indicative of which way this is going to go. Breaking news, we are just getting more results in from Indiana, where Trump is seeking revenge over 7 Republicans in the state Senate because they voted against his redistricting map. 2 of those Republicans Trump targeted are trailing significantly right now. One of them is the targets is incumbent Republican State Senator Spencer Deary. Now, we don't have an official vote count in that race. I'm just showing you his race right now. You've got Greg Good is up, obviously. Greg Good is up. You can see that. And then you see in some of those looking like very, very close in one of them. But it looks like Trump may end up prevailing in some of these. I mean, if you look across, I know you think yours is going to be incredibly close. You think you can prevail. But as we're watching the green on the bottom of each screen for our viewers coming in, you can see, looks like Blake Fletcher, the Trump-backed candidate there against Travis Holdman. We're not able to call that yet, but you've got more than half the vote in, and Trump-backed candidates up by 20 percentage points there, Senator Deary. So that may be where that one ends up going. All right, breaking news. One of the 7 races where Trump-backed challengers are trying to defeat Republican state lawmakers, so Republican on Republican warfare here, has been called. Indiana State Senator Travis Holdman losing to Trump's pick, who's named Blake Fletcher. So Trump's pick there winning, and as you can see, that's obviously a very clear margin of victory there. So we are able to make that call. That's one race, though. There are 6 others, 7 total. All of them, Trump putting an unprecedented amount of money in for the GOP to fight other Republicans. The ones he's trying to get rid of are the ones who refuse to approve Trump's redistricting map. So these elections are a major test for the president's power over his own party. We're able to call one of them, as I said, 6 more. We'll see if there's any more calls we can make in these next few moments. Polls just closed, I mentioned a couple moments ago, Jeff, in Ohio. So let's give you the projection that we've got here, everyone, and that is that we can project that Democrat Sherrod Brown is the Democratic nominee for a Senate, as he hopes to get back into the Senate. So that's a special primary there. And former presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy is running for Ohio governor. So we're looking at that. Obviously, huge lead right now, but 4% of the vote is in. So what are you seeing?
Well, John, President Trump has been seeking revenge, and tonight he is getting it. He has had a successful effort in at least 3 of the Indiana State Senate primary races, and one of the Trump challengers has failed. So right now the scorecard that the White House is watching very carefully is 3-1, and the Trump-backed candidates is leading in the other 2. What are we talking about here? Why are we talking about the Indiana State Senate? Because the senators, the Republicans, who have served for nearly 20 years, each one of them who lost, voted against the president's redistricting plan last December. They said that they did not believe it was appropriate to redraw those maps. The White House has said, we are going to throw you out of office, and that is what is happening this evening. It was a dramatic campaign, millions of dollars spent, and the White House is winning this revenge war, if you will, tonight. Only one non-Trump backed challenger, Senator Greg Good, is holding on. His race was a bit peculiar. He was running against 2 people named Wilson, but he is holding on. So for the White House tonight, one bit of good news in this challenging midterm election year, John.
Yeah. Somewhere a political strategist making their money tonight for putting 2 people named Wilson on the same ballot.
Indeed.
There are also primaries in Ohio. Jeff, what's going on there?
I mean, this is really going to ring the opening bell for one of the most interesting Senate races we are going to be watching for the next 6 months. Senator Sherrod Brown, who of course was defeated back in 2024, he won the Democratic primary, or is projected to a win, as you can see there on screen. So now he is going to face the Republican Senator John Husted. Now, both sides are already putting massive investments, tens of millions of dollars into this race. And Ohio, was always a key battleground. It is a trended Republican. This November will be the test for Ohio and a test for Sherrod Brown, a very strong campaign there. And Republicans are concerned about it. So no doubt that is a very interesting race. And Vivek Ramaswamy also winning the Republican primary there. He's running for a governor. The governor's race also very interesting. So Ohio, once again, back on the map, at least in this midterm election cycle.
CNN projecting that at least 5 of the 7 Republican candidates backed by Donald Trump in Indiana will win their state Senate primaries. The U.S. president vowing revenge against incumbents who rejected his redistricting plan, endorsing challengers to run against them. Democrats, they managed to hang on to 1 seat you see here, and CNN projecting the Republican state senator Greg Good will win his primary against Trump's pick, Brenda Wilson. Another race that's too close to call, incumbent state Senator Spencer Deary. He's actually locked in a tight battle with Trump's choice, Paula Copenhaver. Voters will also be casting ballots in primaries in Ohio. CNN projecting the former U.S. presidential candidate, Vivek Ramaswamy. He will be winning the Republican primary for governor. He will be facing Democrats Amy Acton, the state's former health director. The Democrat Sherrod Brown is currently looking to return to the U.S. Senate. CNN projecting that he will win the party's primary. He will take on incumbent Republican John Husted in what's likely to be a marquee matchup this coming November.
Well, Sarah, President Donald Trump got the political revenge he was looking for in Indiana last night. These state legislative races typically fly under the radar, but the president's allies poured millions of dollars into the state to make good on his wishes to defeat those state Senate Republicans who had defeated his redistricting effort in the state. At least 5 of the 7 state Republican senators who voted against redistricting were defeated by Trump-backed candidates. Only one has survived so far. That's State Senator Greg Good of Terre Haute, Indiana. And there's one race that is still too close to call between State Senator Spencer Deary and Paula Copenhaver. Deary last night defended his votes against redistricting. Take a listen.